In today's video, I'm going to give you my honest thoughts and a pattern review on Burda style number 6688. Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Patty and this is my handmade lifestyle. I go by Pattymac Makes everywhere online. On this channel, we really love everything analog in this crazy digital world. And if you do as well, then I invite you to like today's video and subscribe to the channel and hang out with us. It's super fun and you'll learn a lot of cool stuff. As I alluded to in the very opening of this video, this is going to be a pattern review and my honest thoughts on Burda style number 6688. And this is what it looks like. And it is, it's a bag making pattern. I like making bags because, first of all, they're small. I can cut and sew and finish them in a weekend. And they're useful. I do use my bags. And they're just cute, and it's a great way to use scraps and things like that. So I'm just super into bags. I got this pattern on sale for I think $1.99 at Joann's, and I made a view D, which is like a little patchwork style bag. I just thought it was really cute, and I've been sewing quilt braids, and I just felt like that little pattern would let me kind of enjoy some things that I had already been working on. Here is my finished bag. I love it. It's part stash, part purchase, new purchase acquisition. When I was in Joann's, when I got the pattern, they had this really cute Friends material, and I couldn't resist it. It was too cute. And I do like Friends. I used to watch Friends when it was on in real time. I didn't like it as much then. I enjoy it more now. So anyway, I use the Friends, and then this is from Stash. And I will tell you that I'm like really glad I had that experience of sewing braids and piecing quilt pieces together before trying to put this pattern together, because they were kind of light on the instructions of how to piece this. So basically the little patchwork part, you sew that as its own unit, and then you're going to affix it onto the bag itself. So the body of the bag is just like a great big rectangle, and then this goes on. And I interfaced it lightly, and I love how it looks. I think it's beautiful. I kind of wish I had interfaced the rest of the bag. A lot of these bags do not call for interfacing, and I will make another version of this and it will definitely get interfaced, but I think it's cute. And I added my own little, I don't know what you call this, I added my own little detail at the bottom that is just like a little D-ring with a loop that holds the bottom of the drawstrings. And honestly, I couldn't figure out their instructions for how to put in the drawstring part of the bag. I don't know what the heck they were talking about. I thought it was confusing, so I just reverted to my usual method and put them in and put this at the bottom, and I like how it worked. And I also boxed my corners. I don't think it called for boxing the corners, but you know, really, boxing a corner is not hard to do, and it adds so much to the project, so I'm glad I did that. The little flap, that was something new for me. I really think it came out cute. I had the buttons in my stash. I have a fairly large collection of buttons, so I used this really giant one, and then I sewed a little decorative one here that I thought was really cute. And I made this little loop, and what I did was I took yarn and I braided the yarn and just made the loop that way. But you can see the little flap comes off, and then it's just a little drawstring. And there's your bag. and I just love it. And I lined it with a solid. And I bought this blue with the Friends fabric at the same time. And so here's the size of it. It's a nice size bag. So this pattern they rate as being easy, and on a scale they have like 3 little threads of spools. They have 3 spools of thread to rate how difficult the pattern is, and this gets 1 spool of thread. So they rate it as being very easy, and if this is your first time making a bag, I think you're going to be lost, because the directions are really light. They're just about non-existent, to be perfectly frank. If I hadn't made all the drawstring bags that I've made, I don't know. I don't know that I could have made this. I took a class through Blueprint. I think it's making drawstring bags. I'll link to that for you below. That is a great class. I talk on here all the time about Blueprint, and I currently have a membership. At the time of filming this video, I am not sponsored. I am not an affiliate. That's as this video is being filmed. I would like to add them as an affiliate link on my website, because I do think that they are a really good service. But I feel like the value lies in the older Craftsy classes, because they're solid. You can learn a lot in those classes, and they really take you step by step and give you really good thorough instruction. The newer videos, while they're beautiful to watch, they just sail through the whole thing and gloss over everything in there. And I think if you're like a super beginner, it could be a challenge to follow, which is what I found with this. So that's why I reverted to my usual method of making a drawstring bag, because it made sense to me. I don't know what they were doing in this. I just couldn't figure it out. So I just sort of figured out my own little way with the button and the little tab. You could use any type of cording or anything like that, but I thought braiding the yarn, and it was already in my stash. It was not a new acquisition. I thought it worked really well. And it gives a nice texture, which I think is kind of fun. And I don't know, I felt like the little flower and the button that I used, it just was sort of a nod to Phoebe. And of course, I love Phoebe. You know, I totally relate to Phoebe. This pattern has 4 different styles. They have the one I made, which is the patchwork. They have 2 that are applique, and they have 1 that's got fringe. And the model shows they styled her with the fringe bag. I'm not so much into fringe, but I did like the patchwork. The appliques would be really cute for kids. They have an elephant and little ballet shoes. And if you want to practice applique, it would be good for that. But really for me, the patchwork is the one. So we get to the question, would I recommend the pattern? Yes, with some reservations. If you have a little bit of experience sewing bags and you're comfortable with that, then yes, by all means. I would recommend that you go back and look at my quilt braid tutorial. Make a few of those, get comfortable making those, and then the piecing of the patchwork will be a lot easier. That will make a lot more sense to you if you make a few of those first. And I would recommend the Craftsy course on making drawstring bags. That's just a good foundation course, and once you have made a few of those, you can make all kinds of them. I'm literally surrounded by bags that I've made from Craftsy courses, so well worth it. I may at some point share my method for making bags. I haven't decided yet. Let me know what you think. If that would be something you would be interested in seeing, I can certainly show you how I put them together. I'm just kind of surrounded by these little bags because I love them so much. They're fun to make. They're good project bags. So if you're knitting or doing embroidery or anything like that, they are wonderful for transporting projects. And they don't have zippers, So you don't have to worry about your knitting getting caught up in a zipper, which can happen sometimes in a zipper project bag. But if you do a nice big bag like this, it's not going to happen. So I would say yes, if you have a little experience sewing and you're comfortable putting things together, you understand how to construct a bag first, then yes, definitely. But I think it would be a little challenging if you haven't done this sort of thing before. So maybe I'll do a video on how to actually sew this thing. I would do it in a few parts. So maybe I'll do a video as a sew along of how to put this thing together. I've never done anything like that. You can let me know if that would be of interest to you. Maybe that's a good summer project. I like to craft all summer long, and I find that small sewing projects are really good for that time of year. And you can use it, it's useful. So that's my pattern review for Burda 6688. I recommend it, but I recommend it with some reservations. So if you've got a little bag making experience, I think you'll be fine. If you haven't done it before, I think it's going to be a little confusing. So I love it. I'll definitely make more bags from it in the future. But for now, I'm going to just enjoy my friend's bag. And that's today's video. I appreciate you hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.